So good morning to all. I am Dr. Felix, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Bishop Weber College. I am going to discuss the plant succession. So how the plant community evolved through a period of time. So generally the plant succession, which is the process or a series changes in the community structure over a period of time. And there are several causes and trends in the plant succession. So first, the initiating cause or the initial cause. So these are the factors such as climate or biotic factors. They influence the plant communities. So generally the soil erosion, deposits, wind, fire and volcanic eruption. So they are the climatic factors which are responsible for the plant succession. Whereas the biotic communities such as several microorganisms or the human activities which are also responsible for the plant succession. And then the second is the continuing cause which also called as a eases. So here the organism has to be migrate from neighboring areas, so such as plants and animals, they are migrating from the nearby area, so which has to be occupy the new environment and has to adapt the new environment. This process we call as a eases. And once after the successful adaptations, they start to reproduce and successfully establish in the new environment and start to aggregate. So this process is called as the aggregation. So where the aggregation of organism takes place after a successful reproduction. So once after the aggregation has been started, the organism they compete each other. So this process is called as a competition. It may be a intraspecific or interspecific for food and nutrition. So these results changes the entire environmental conditions in that place, such as the adiabatic factors. So which causes the stabilizing cause to start. Here there is a continuous replacement of communities and there is a result in a stable community. It's a final community which sustains the new environment. So this stable community is chiefly established by the climatic factors. So there are four chief trends in the plant succession. First one is the continuous changes in the plant community. So the continuous changes has to be take place in the plant community, and then there is an increase in the diversity of species. So there is a continuous increase in the number of species in that particular community, and there is also increase in the organic matter and biomass that supports the energy flow in the ecosystem. Then at last in the final community, there is a decrease in the net community production and as well as in the annual yield. The plant succession can be classified into two major classes. One is a primary succession and another one is a secondary succession. The primary succession which start from the new environment without any living organic matter. So here the first group of organisms which establish in the new environment, they are called as a pioneer species. Whereas the secondary succession, it starts from the previously established built up substratum and the living material will be already exist in that particular place. So maybe a sudden changes in the environmental condition which make disappearance of the old community and the succession starts from this new community. So the succession is comparatively more rapid when compared to the primary succession. So this is the primary succession where there is a bare rock which is established by a pioneer species such as lichens that changes the environmental conditions there, which allows the entry of new species such as intermediate species. These species are called as a sterile species, which is finally became a community, climax community. So it is the stable community. Final community is a stable community. It is the primary succession. Whereas in the secondary succession, already the primary succession result in a stable community which is devastated by either natural calamities, either by forest fire or volcanic eruptions or landslides or anything, which create a barren land. Once again, the plant community start to occupy the new environment and the succession once again rapidly occurs in that barren land. So this succession is called as a secondary succession. And this secondary succession, this process may be autogenic or allogenic succession. So after commencement of the succession, either the community itself modify the environment. So such as the producing organic matter and other metabolites which make its own environment to be adapted by new community. So such type of succession are called as autogenic succession. Whereas sometimes the climatic factors or other environmental factors which influence the replacement of another community, such community and such succession are called as allogenic succession. So based upon the ecological nature of this succession and environment, we can have different types of plant succession. First one is the hydrosphere or hydras succession which start from the water bodies. So generally the plant which are start from the water body and reaches the climate succession. So then mesoscale succession. So here the succession start with the adequate moisture conditions, presence of adequate moisture conditions. Here the normal forest land and everything. Xerosphere succession which occurs in the desert area with minimum amount of water. Such succession are called as xerosphere succession. Whereas lithosphere, the sections start from the bare rock areas. Such sections are lithosphere sections. Samosphere, which section inside in the soils, and halosphere, the section inserting in the saline water conditions such as estuaries and mangroves. So these are the general process of plant succession. So what are the process and the stages that the succession will be faced? First one is a nudation, is the development of bare land area. So it is caused by the landslides or erosions or catastrophic agencies. This may be due to topographic factors where the soil erosion by gravity or water or wind, landslides, volcanic activities, which make the disappearance of the existing community. And climatic factors such as glaciers, dry period, hail, storm, frost, and forest fire. These also create a bare land. And the biotic factors, human activities for land mining and other human beneficial activities or anthropogenic activities, which may make the disappearance of the already existing community. And epidemic diseases which spread throughout the forest community, which also destroy the whole populations. So these are the factors which create the bare land. So these are the nudation due to the landslides, volcanic eruptions, where the existing community has been devastated by the volcanic lava, and the storm which degrade the forest land, and the human activities, we degrade the forest land for our own purpose. So once after the bare land has been created, the second stage is the invasion, where the successful establishment of new species in the new bare area. So here the species has to reach the new site from the nearby area. Generally it occurs by migration, where the seeds, spores and propagates were brought about by the water, air and biotic organisms. And the ease is the process of successful establishment of these species in the new area and adjust to the existing conditions. So adjust to the existing condition. Once after the successful reproduction, these organisms they start to aggregate as a result of their successful reproduction. So once after the aggregation has been started, these organisms faces competition and coaction. So here there is a interphasic or intraphasic competition mainly for space and nutrition. So individuals of a species affect each other in a various way. This process is called as the coaction. So the species which could not complete this competition will be disappear from the community. So once after the species which can withstand this competition and due to their reproductive capacity will evolve as a new community in that particular land. So to withstand this competition, the reproductive capacity is the major factor with wide ecological amplitude will help the species to survive. So then the reaction, which is the most important stage in the plant succession, the mechanism of modification of the environment. These organisms once after establishment, they tend to change the environmental conditions through which it influences the other organisms. So as a result, there is a change in the soil, water and light conditions and temperature, so which became unsuitable for the existing community, and sooner it will be replaced by the another community. So these communities are called as a sterile community. So this is the final stage, is the stabilizing or climax community. So the final community became the stabilized for a long period of time. So once after the community has been established, it cannot be replaced by some other communities because the environmental factors and the conditions which only support these communities. Such communities are called as the climax community. So it could not be replaced by any other community, and this stage is called as the climate stage. So this is the structure where the climax community has been adapted in a bare land. So first the bare rock and then lichens, and then it is established by small annual plants and lichens, and then the lichens is replaced by grass and perennials. Thereafter the grass and perennials were replaced by shrubs and small trees, shade tolerant trees. Then it is eventually replaced by the forest community. Okay, thank you.